Hello friends, welcome back to another video. So this is going to be an exciting one because I am re-outlining my entire book. Recently I have been kind of at a crossroads with this story. So my current work in progress is an adult fantasy. It's a dark academic romantasy, adult fantasy. I have about 20 chapters so far. You can see on the wall, these are all my chapter summaries, and I think I'm about 78,000 words in so far in terms of word count. So I'm feeling good generally, but something that I need to figure out is which direction that I want to go in. It's like a major plot line that I have to figure out. I've got two like directions that I could go in plot wise that will be like the major plot of the second half of the book. I'm realizing, because I've been kind of stuck after chapter 20, I'm realizing that it's actually, I think, too much story. It's getting a little bit like, it's gonna get a little crazy and out of hand if I try to do both things. So I need to pick one. I need to go either left or right, basically. And I was in one of Reedsy's courses recently. It was their novel planning course. So it was like a, outlining a novel, like different tips and stuff. And they had some editors on there, some authors. And I'm at a point where I no longer am of the belief that like you have to be 100% a plotter or 100% a pantser, but I also, as a plotter, I need to know the direction that I'm going in generally. I don't have to know every single scene. I don't have to have every single thing mapped out, but I need to know which one of these things I'm choosing, basically. I want to finish this thing by summer so that I can be drafting in like late summer, early fall, and then hopefully by this fall 2025 or like early winter 2025, I could be querying, because that would be ideal to start the query process this year, kind of towards the end of the year. So I need to finish the first draft, which is what I'm currently working on. And I need to eventually like do a couple more drafts and like send it to a developmental editor. I'm gonna do that this time. I did not do that with my first book that failed. I already have like a video about like the whole process of querying my young adult manuscript back in 2017 and that whole fiasco. I need to make this decision. And the way that I'm gonna do that is I'm gonna go through and I need to type up all of these. Or actually, I think I already have them typed up. That was the thing. All of these chapter summaries are already typed up online. I use the Reedsy book editor, but I don't have them all in a single document. So I need to like copy and paste them into a Word document that I can print, because it's getting to a point where I need something like physical and tangible to hold. And yeah, I need to go through that document and basically I'm gonna highlight what is in the manuscript. I can strike through things that I know that I don't want anymore in there from the first outline. I need to wrap my brain around exactly where I'm at with this book so that I can move forward. So let's do that. is my chair. Mommy's chair, not Guillermo's chair. Good morning, friends. I'm going to talk really softly because boyfriend is asleep in the next room. So this next little bit will be sort of some ASMR for you. But I've been working remotely for the last couple of days because it has been like negative degrees outside. Everything's covered in snow and ice. And that's actually given me the opportunity to get a lot further on my outline than I would normally be able to. I have a normal 9 to 5. So, Guillermo has decided to go to the bathroom. I have a 9 to 5. So typically I am working in the evenings if I feel like it, and mainly on the weekends, and that's what you guys see. However, these last couple of days have given me some extra time to work. So we are finishing the revision today. I haven't been filming for those last couple of days because it would have literally just been a whole bunch of time lapses. You can only take so much of that. It's very boring. But that's all I have been doing pretty much. As you can see, there have been some post-it notes added to the wall. The post-it notes are things I'm going to change in draft 2. So I am jumping ahead of myself a little bit, which I tend to do. The pink notes are things I need to add, and the chartreuse ones are things I'm going to remove. So some things are a very simple swap, and some things I have completely changed the scene, but I'm not actually going to get to any of this until draft 2. And now my heater has clicked on, which means you're not going to be able to hear me. So let's just jump to the next clip. Guillermo. No. Okay, friends, I'm out of the shot. I am in the same spot that I've been all day. It is now 2:03 p.m. and I've basically decided I'm not going to get up from the desk until I finish the outline because I am writing the climax. Did I already mention that earlier this morning? I don't remember because I had just woken up. I am basically trying to add in lots of action, but also things that make sense and kind of allow characters who've like been wronged to kind of get revenge and do all the fun things. So not just like putting pointless action in, but actually making it really impactful, like metaphorically and emotionally. So we do have some necromancy happening, basically, which is kind of like my main character's ability, like her supernatural ability, but it's more like necromancy adjacent. So I'm kind of bringing in more like traditional, like bringing the dead to life, communing with the dead kind of thing in the climax. I think really heart pounding and pulse pounding and just so good and full of maybe some slightly shorter, quicker chapters where each one kind of leaves on a little bit of a cliffhanger. And then, we jump right into the next chapter right in the very next moment, like continuing on. And so many things, like you think something's going to happen and then it doesn't, or you think something's going to happen this way and then it happens this other way. Like I really want it to be obviously just like the best that it can be. So basically I'm just letting you know I'm chained to my desk. OMG. It is much later, but I think I have actually finished this thing. So it's much later because I've been doing, I was trying to get some sun because it's been absolutely freezing cold outside. I've been doing some chores here and there. So it is now 5:04 p.m., but I've only gotten up to like go to the bathroom and get a snack and do the laundry. So I probably would have finished it a little bit sooner if I hadn't been doing those things. But we are now at about 65,000 words. Not that the word count matters on an outline. I don't ever pay attention to the word count on an outline. But she's finished. She's done. She's complete. I'm very happy with her. Obviously things change. Like even though I'm a plotter for sure, probably always will be, I always leave things open for, moving things around, and like I know that there is a good possibility that some things in here might change, and that's totally fine. But to me, it's worth the time to sit and rewrite something if I feel like I wasn't happy with what came before. So the climax is so much stronger. Let me give you kind of like an overview. In fact, I should probably print it out. I chopped so much from my first outline. This is the original version. And it was 20 single-spaced pages. And I went through, I think there's got to be some clips in here. I'm going to lay all this out, and I may even do it in the thumbnail, so you guys may have already seen this. But I'm going to get a percentage of how much of the original that I kept, how much I deleted, and then I'm going to see, I actually color-coded the new one, the updated one, so I can see what percentage has been written, needs to be removed, and needs to be added. That'll be really interesting to look at. The new one is only 11 single-spaced pages. 10 and a half, actually. So that's crazy. So I cut a lot. I cut like almost half. See? Wasn't that my prediction? Didn't I say earlier? It's been a couple days since I think I said that. But I've cut so much, which I think is good because that's something I realized, and I kind of talked about this in my book that failed video. That was something that I should have done in my previous like in my YA that I wrote back in 2017, I should have cut so much more. So I would rather, it's like a pet peeve of mine when a book and I see this in like negative reviews all the time of like, this book could have been 50 pages shorter, this book could have been 100 pages shorter. I hate when stuff goes on forever and it's like nothing's happening. Like I'm very much like a plot. Don't get me wrong, like I have to have a good solid character as well to continue reading a book, to care at all. But I also need things happening in the plot, right? Like I can get behind like a Sally Rooney or like lit fic is mostly what I read. So it's not like I can get behind books that I guess aren't super plot heavy. Otherwise I would just be reading genre fiction all the time. But to keep myself entertained while I'm writing, like it has to have a plot. It has to have a pretty heavy plot. So, and this one does. Let me take you guys through like a quick kind of scroll so we can kind of see what the new one looks like. Any text that is black is what I've already written. So black has been written. The kind of pinky color is new stuff that needs to be written, and then the like kind of dark yellow needs to be removed. Stuff that I have just decided doesn't really belong anymore. So it takes place over the course of a single school year. So we start in summer. This was not my intention, to be completely honest. I was not gonna go back and do anything prior to, like, I wasn't gonna make any changes prior to what I'd already written. And I'd written up to chapter 20. Well, apparently I have things that I would like to add. So pink needs to be added. So a lot of pink. And that's what these are too. If you see these, when I was explaining the colors of these sticky notes earlier, I have already kind of jotted down what needs to be changed. And then we get into fall. Luckily, a lot of that is staying the same, so that's nice. 16, I'm removing a little bit. 17, adding a little bit. 20 is changing completely. 20, yeah, 20 is gonna be a totally different chapter. That's gonna be like a full rewrite. And then we get into winter. And this is stuff that is all new. So this I have not written yet. So all of these chapters up until the end is all new material that I have been working on for the last couple of days. And then spring will be the last season. And then that will just be the last chapter. Now I'm done for the day because I've been sitting here literally all day, like since the morning. But something I just realized I forgot to do is check my voice memos. So this is kind of a little hack. When you have things that you just need to like word vomit, it's good to just hit record, talk out whatever it is that is on your mind, and then figure out later how to put it in. I am not going to go through these today because I do not have the capacity. I still have not gotten on the treadmill, so I need to go do that. Very excited to just kind of zone out. Definitely jumped ahead of myself with the sticky notes because that's really draft 2 edits. Like, I'm not gonna go back anytime soon and make any of those changes that you see on the sticky notes. Those are for draft 2 Brandy. Those are not for draft 1 Brandy. So I am just going to print my outline just as a backup. I only ever print it just as like, I mean, I don't really ever need a physical version because hopefully I don't have to go back again like a second time and redo it again. So hopefully this is like never gonna happen again. But let's print it out and go through it together. And I'm just basically at this point, I need to like just probably end the video because I'm so brain dead from literally sitting there all day. A little bit more. There you go. Okay, friends, this is the entire novel as it would have existed as like the first full draft if I had kept all of it, like if I hadn't changed anything. The green and blue is still in this current version. The purple is what I haven't added yet. So the purple will be in the first full draft. So basically all the color, the green, blue, and purple, those are things that I'm keeping. Everything else, if you get really close, which I'm not going to zoom in too close, everything else is actually struck through, like it's marked out. And are you about to walk on it? I'm very surprised that you just went around. So all of the black, you might not be able to see it on camera. All of the black is like I struck it out. Like it does not, it's being cut. Okay, just kidding. Just kidding. I knew who's going to walk on it. Go back to your lovely little bed that I made for you. Okay, so I just did a rough calculation. I say calculation. I use that word lightly. I did an estimate. And just by looking at what percentage of the papers that I have colored, meaning what was kept, it's about 9 out of the 20 pages, so that would be like 45%. So I cut more than half of the original outline, so I cut about 55%, which, you know, if it makes the book better for it, then that's fine with me. I hope that this vlog was somehow helpful to you, or you got some outlining done in the process, or you're going to turn this video off and immediately go outline or write yourself, because that's why I made the video, was to like inspire you to get your stuff done, because we are all very good at procrastinating, aren't we? So the next couple of writing vlogs are just going to be me actually writing the scenes that are in here. Now that I have, well, not in here, in the new one. Please let me know if this was helpful, if it wasn't, what you guys are working on, all the things. I'm so done. Like, I can't even speak anymore. I'm like kind of brain dead. So I'm gonna go like walk and do something active and actually move my body, because I haven't done that literally all day. And thank you guys for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye.